Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're on Chapter 6, The Gates of Paradise. We're playing Bayonetta on hard difficulty mode. So when this chapter begins, you want to wheel around and get this item here. And what is this? Oh yes, this is a level that I rather enjoy. We're going to meet up with a child whom we have to protect later in the chapter, but it's nothing big. It's kind of like an escort mission, but it's nothing like the Protect the Translator sequence on God of War 2 on Titan difficulty. Nothing like that at all. There are a couple sections in this game where you're on a bike, you're on a motorcycle, and also you're chapter 14. You're in a You're in an airplane or some kind of helicopter or something like that. Okay, so I got a new move. It's called I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. It's you do an evasion and then you press or hold the B button. Some of the that move right there. Let's see how much damage this does. Piddly shit right there. That didn't do anything. On a tough enemy too, you would have expected it to take more damage off that guy. But we've seen these guys before. They're inflamed enemies with very difficult shields. One tip I would suggest though is if you've ever got 2 or 3 big enemies that you're killing, make sure that if there's one that you just need to finish off with 1 or 2 hits, make sure you just take him out, because there's no point of having anyone around whom you could just kill very easily. And especially if that particular individual is going to be taking damage off you needlessly. So, in one of these videos, whenever I get the chance, I'm going to, let me see. I had some notes written here for myself. What I'd like to do is answer some questions anyone might have about my channel, or excuse me, anyone might have about my channel, excuse me, as I do this torture attack right here. I've jotted some down, topics like, why I started making videos, why I have 2 channels, and the procedure that I capture videos, the editing process, how much money do I make, which is, it's not that much, but I'm not going to say that because it's confidential. But if I was making like 10 times as much as I did now, I'd be very happy to be, 10 times as much. And just things like, how do people start being on YouTube? How do you get success? And I'm not saying I have any success, but I think it's successful so far, the channel anyway. It's difficult for me because try making a channel where you've made like 800 videos, or maybe, I don't know if it was 800, but yeah, it might have been 800. Make like 800 videos and then get a copyright dispute on YouTube. And then get denied the opportunity to upload videos longer than 15 minutes, and that's why I started a new channel. But on my other channel, the one that got the copyright dispute, I can now upload longer than 15 minutes. But the thing was, that came like 6 months after I had started my new channel, and I already had hundreds of more videos uploaded. So this is the channel. This is the final channel of mine. I'm not going to make a third channel, but now that I'm partnered, I have, some more security. It's not the most secure position you could possibly be on YouTube, but it's better than when I was starting out. What other things did I write down? Just various things that I'll talk about in one of the videos. Not this video, but probably one of the videos where it's a driving sequence or something like that, where there's ample time to do it. So if you have any questions, anything you want to have answered, because I don't do the live streams. I don't find that interesting whatsoever. I think it's just adding necessary work. And Anyway, so if you have any questions, just write them in the comments, and then I'll reference this video whenever I do the video that will be devoted to that. It won't be fully devoted to that, but the majority of the video will be just the questions just addressing the questions and answering them. So if you have those, just leave them in this video. Then if any of them catch my interest, then I'll add them to my topic list. So that guy is finished off. You notice that when he was flying into us from those pretty big heights, you can do a counterattack that comes up automatically. So it's really beneficial for you to do the counterattack by pressing the same buttons that you do to activate this particular climax move right here. So there's a lot of encounters in this chapter, several bosses. We're going to be fighting a doppelganger fight at the end of the chapter. I mean, how many games do that? It's so overused, but it's not hard though, so don't fret about that in any way, shape, or form. When you come up here, you want to activate the witch time opportunity. And then it's going to solidify the water here, so you can jump on these as platforms. Okay, so we have this trio of angels here, and I don't know if it doesn't look like you really damage them too much, if at all. Excuse me, if you're just shooting them. Oh, you know what happened right there? Oh, bizarre. Oh, yeah, that was kind of bizarre. I crossed the tripwire point where the cutscene was, so... Yeah, I would just definitely shoot these guys. If the barrier comes up and you'll just want to avoid anything it throws at you. And then just, do your double jumps and slash away at him. We're going to have another tough fight after this when we cross the spikes over there to the right. So I like to just stand to the right kind of and just wait for an opportunity to go. Jumping right there was a mistake, but it's not too hard. And then just smash these rocks right here, and then it's going to reveal the lever that you're going to pull. And then after you defeat these enemies here, then you'll be able to proceed. And which enemies are these again? I forgot. Okay, yeah, these enemies aren't too tough. I really enjoy fights like this one here. So that move right there is right after you press R right trigger, it just says to press the B button. So there's also like an uppercut move that you can buy, where after you've evaded, then you press the Y button. And I like to try it before you buy it feature. I like the fact that you can turn moves on and off in this game, such as the air dash. I just thought that was really incredible. I think it would serve a lot of other games really well, like Ninja Gaiden and God of War, to have every move that you upgrade have an option to turn it on or off. That would make the experience so much better. It really would, because some moves you don't want to use and have in the inventory of moves that you can input. But the reason I like these enemies is that it doesn't seem like they resist your attacks too much, and you can get in some fair hits. Okay, so those enemies are cleared. Then we want to go and do this little switch puzzle here. So you'll need to use the Panther. It handles pretty well. And then we're going to come up here, and what do you know? We have another fight against these enemies here that I think are the hardest enemies in the game. Actually, it's just one guy here, but this is another iteration of these guys. It's a gold one. We've seen fire ones and ice ones. But this guy, yeah, you'll want to jump when he does that area of effect attack on the ground, and he just seems to be hard to hit and hard to evade, because you'll get caught in hits that it's really difficult to get out of. And maybe I'm not pressing the right trigger fast enough, but in this game you're constantly pressing the right trigger, and it starts hurting your fingers, so I switch fingers a lot. And some of the damage I take, I'm not saying it's a lot of it, but some of it is, honestly, it's me having my finger hurting and not being able to press the button so many times. It's why I just don't like the Xbox 360 controller. It's not comfortable. Those triggers are just not comfortable whatsoever. I mean, they would probably be okay for a gun game, but to have the trigger be for something that you have to always press or always hold to block in Ninja Gaiden 2, it's really awful. But the one thing that I respect about the Xbox 360 controller is the convex thumbsticks. I think it's convex, or if it's not that, it's concave. The way there's little indentations for your fingers. But this fight here, I really enjoyed this fight. I died a couple of times. The reason I believe I died was because I came in here with not much health, so I just allowed myself. I didn't allow myself to get killed, but I at least tried to take these guys out. For some reason, we're in this guy's here. We're kind of in like a watery hue. I'm not sure why it is. Maybe we're matching the enemy's colors, but these enemies are fast though. All the enemies are really fast in this game, and you're fast too. Oh yeah, I skipped the cutscene right here, but what happens is, you see the health bar with the child in it? It's like a bluish purple color. I don't think that was in normal mode. I mean, I can't remember it correctly, but I don't believe, and if anyone can confirm or deny that, I genuinely feel like they added that for hard difficulty. And it's not hard whatsoever. I mean, I don't know why they would even do it, except to maybe give you some challenge. But even on hard mode, if they attack that child, which they're not, they're all over here, but they will in another part. Some different enemies, they'll attack you, because I think the child right here is situated in a fixed position, whereas if you ever move in the next area, what happens is the child will follow you, and then Bayonetta will have to seal that little protective bubble over her, and the enemies can actually attack that portal, and it'll deal damage to the kid. But I never died because the kid died. That was the thing, and I had many attempts where I died. It was not even about the kid. That was some good damage. Maybe it's kind of random, or up to you, you know. I don't know, maybe you can control it a little bit more than I've been doing. But the AI here is definitely not programmed to attack the child. And in the next sequence, it's not even like they're attacking her. It's just because they're going to be attacking you, and the child kind of follows you. That's why. Okay, so we cleared that section. We have the child. We won't have her for very long. This fight. Oh yeah, this fight. If you want to make this fight really easy, what you need to do is pick up the pole that's lying on the ground, and then it's a really slow weapon, but you can clear this whole fight and not even have to worry about the kid whatsoever, or even you. I mean, look at that fight. It's just already over, I think. A couple more hits. If you can get in the hits before they attack you, the battle's yours. So this up ahead, it's not hard whatsoever. I did not want to pick that up, because the goal here is not to hit the giant in the tunnel here. The goal is to just backtrack. I think it's backtracking the way you came, but you end up in a different place at the end, so maybe the consistency of the world that she lives in is not very strong. I don't know what the reason is, but all I know is that this is not hard. You shouldn't struggle with it. Just pick up the car, throw it back at the guy, and the kid's never in any peril unless you leave the controller down and just not even participate. But yes, again, I did not want to pick that up. So I don't even think you have to. You probably don't even have to throw the trash cans at this guy. All you need to do is run towards the screen and just smash the fence. And the reason I didn't do it right there was just because I wanted to see if I could hit him. But I've already done this part before on normal mode, and I knew exactly what happens here. But maybe I don't know. I got a platinum for this fight, so you don't even want to even try to fight him because it's just not even necessary. Completely unnecessary. See? Got a platinum medal. Took 400 points of damage. And he's just going to get trapped in there. And now we're going to go over here to the Gates of Hell. If you need to buy any items, make sure you make your purchases. And then go through the portal. And then we'll be doing some more fights. Okay, this fight. Okay, these are the beasts, and they're not too difficult. They're very stun. They're suggestible to stuns quite well, and it's another escort mission, the final one of this chapter, and it's not bad. It really isn't. I would expect it to take away a lot more off of the kid's health, honestly. You know, when you're protecting the translator in God of War 2, that is damn hard. There's even a challenge of the gods in that game where you're protecting him again, and it's even harder than that sequence in the main campaign, I'm saying. But I don't mind this enemy too much. They're not that difficult. You know, just if you're getting grabbed, you can't do anything about it. Just you know, roll away. Try to get your witch time. Go in for these heavy combos here, and you know, make sure you're prioritizing the right guy. You know, if one guy has just a little bit of health, like I said, just finish him off, and then take care of the other guy. See how he's stunned right here? I can do it whatever I want to him. And then that's just him interacting with the kid right there. So he's almost dead. I think I even got witch time off that, which is great. And this guy should almost be dead. I tried to parry that projectile attack that he does, that laser attack, but I never could get it to activate the witch time. You might not be able to, but hell, you might be able to. I couldn't get it to work. Try as I might. But now he's stunned. He should be able to finish this guy off. And we have this guy to fight. So I believe we fought one of these guys before. And I also love the way everything fades out. Everything becomes transparent. If ever your view is being obscured, the game adjusts to it so that you could see through the obstruction on the screen. It's really great. Okay, so now this is the halfway point. So now your goal is just to finish him off, take care of business, and then the child will be dropped at the end of the fight. Just watch out for that stomp. You've got to really evade it pretty early. I think most of my evasions came because I wasn't activating the witch time correctly, and that was a result of me evading just too early, I think. Yeah, too early of evasions. That's what my downfall was here a couple times. But there is a checkpoint, so if you die in this guy, you'll get all your health back and you'll be able to start this guy over again. And he's almost deceased. So we're gonna do the climax on him, and we've still got one more fight coming, so okay. Got our max bonus for doing the QuickTime buttons. Yeah, this was not skippable. The whole time I was trying to skip this, but it's not skippable, so dad ass again. Dad ass. I like the voice actress too for her. Oh yeah, this part here, you need to catch up with her. When I was doing this, I was reminded of the final section of what's it called? Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That final chapter, which is really poorly put together in the end, where you're chasing the Russian guy and he's always getting away from you. It's the same thing here. So, and I've recently realized just how good that game is, even though it's fairly easy except for that last chapter. But trying to find a good third-person shooter is so goddamn hard. It really is, amongst all these first-person shit shooters. But okay, so we're facing Bayonetta. She doesn't have much health, and she takes punches like it's like you're hitting a pillow here. She's so easy, and this is going to transgress into several different cutscenes and scenarios here where you're on the rocks. I never died here, so I can't tell you where there's a checkpoint, if there is one. So we've killed her for the first time there, and now it's going to send us... Oh no, now... Okay, so we've killed her completely, and now we're doing this fight here with these whip enemies. We're pretty tough, but if you're on top of that whip attack, you can get in really good evasions and then do your strikes. So here I'm going to refill my health. And then just get on top of these enemies here. That kick reminds me of that Chun-Li kick in Street Fighter 2. It really does. Okay, I also used the red lollipop to just take care of these guys. And I think there's more coming now. Possibly another doppelganger confrontation. Or not, man. That might be the end. Oh no, it's not the end. But it's nothing to fear. This is not hard. So we're back in this. I think we've been to this location previously. The portal's on the other side this time. Oh no, I think that's the end of it. Yeah, that's the end of it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll see you in Chapter 7.